Stop everything. Archangel Michael says you were about to miss this ***. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if your thumb paused right here, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Stop everything for just a moment and breathe, because this interruption is not random, it's protection arriving exactly when it needed to. Listen to this. Archangel Michael stepped in because you were seconds away from dismissing a feeling that has been following you quietly all day, a feeling you couldn't quite name, a sense that something important needed your attention but life kept pulling you forward anyway. Don't scroll. This message is for you because what you were about to miss wasn't loud or dramatic, it was subtle and sacred, and subtle things change lives when we listen. Listen to this. You weren't about to miss an opportunity, you were about to miss awareness, and awareness is the doorway everything else walks through. Your heart needs this right now because you've been moving on autopilot in at least one area of your life, telling yourself you'll deal with it later, convincing yourself it's fine, manageable, familiar, and familiar doesn't always mean aligned. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says, stop everything, because repetition was about to look like patience again, and patience was about to look like self-abandonment. Listen to this. There has been a quiet tension inside you lately, not anxiety, not fear, but a pressure that shows up when you're about to override your intuition one more time, and your heart needs this right now because overriding yourself has become exhausting. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your spiritual awakening has been deepening, even if you didn't label it or talk about it. You felt it in your body, less tolerance for chaos, quicker reactions to misalignment, a stronger desire for peace over drama. Listen to this. That's not you becoming sensitive, that's you becoming aligned. Don't scroll. The universe has been speaking to you through signs, and you noticed them even when you tried not to. Angel numbers showing up at precise moments. 11. 11 when you questioned your direction or worth. 2:22 when balance felt close but fragile. 4:44 when you were tired but somehow held together. Listen to this, those weren't coincidences. They were confirmations following you, reminding you that you are guided even when you feel unsure. Your heart needs this right now because guidance often whispers before it has to shout. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says this message reached you just in time because something familiar was about to repeat. A conversation you've had before, a compromise you've made before, a silence you've chosen before, and repeating it would have delayed the peace you've been working toward. Listen to this. This isn't about blame or regret, it's about timing and compassion. Protection doesn't always block doors, sometimes it pauses your hand before you open the wrong one. Don't scroll. This message is for you because love and soulmate energy are also woven into this moment. Whether a soulmate is approaching, revealing their truth, or being gently removed from your life, your heart is under divine care. Divine love does not rush you, confuse you, or drain you. It doesn't make you anxious or question your worth. Listen to this. You once learned to confuse intensity with destiny, chemistry with alignment, longing with love, and your heart needs this right now because recognition feels different. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like exhaling instead of holding your breath. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is not asking you to confront anyone today, to send a message, to make a dramatic move, or to announce a decision. He's asking you to pause and choose awareness. Awareness of how your body feels when something is right versus when something is off. Awareness of where peace leaves and where it stays. Listen to this. Choosing peace today protects you from regret tomorrow. Don't scroll. This message is for you because there are 5 archangels who always care, and their presence is closer than you think right now. Michael guarding your boundaries so you stop explaining your no, Gabriel clarifying messages so confusion turns into understanding, Raphael soothing wounds you normalized for too long, Uriel lighting your path so you don't have to guess, and Chamuel holding your heart gently where love once felt uncertain. Your heart needs this right now because support without conditions can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar doesn't mean unsafe. Don't scroll. You may feel your body responding as you hear these words, a softening in your chest, a slower breath, a sense of grounding. That's not imagination, that's your nervous system recognizing safety. Listen to this. Safety is the foundation of every aligned choice you're about to make. Don't scroll. There will be a moment after this when your mind tries to minimize what you felt, telling you it was just a video, just words, just coincidence. Let that pass gently. Your body recognized truth before your thoughts caught up. Listen to this. Watch how the rest of your day unfolds differently, clearer thoughts, lighter energy, fewer urges to fix or explain. These are confirmations that you listened. Don't scroll. This is not the end of the message, it's the opening of protection moving with you. Stay present for a few more breaths. Let the urgency settle into calm. Your heart needs this right now because when you stop everything long enough to listen, the universe rearranges what comes next quietly, gently, and exactly on time. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you stayed for part 2, this message is even more for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is where Archangel Michael wanted the urgency to deepen into understanding, because once your attention is held, the truth can finally settle in without being rushed. Listen to this. What you were about to miss wasn't an event, it wasn't a person, it wasn't a miracle that disappears if you blink, it was a moment of self-recognition, and missing that moment would have quietly changed how the next chapter unfolds. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been living in a space between knowing and acting, feeling and deciding, intuition and habit, and that space has been draining you more than you admit. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says the alarm wasn't sounded because something bad was about to happen, but because something familiar was about to repeat, and repetition would have delayed the peace you're meant to experience now. Your heart needs this right now because repeating old patterns doesn't always feel dramatic, sometimes it feels responsible, patient, understanding, even loving, but when it costs you your clarity, it's no longer alignment, it's compromise. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your body already knows what your mind keeps trying to rationalize. You've felt it. The tightness when you agree to something you don't feel good about, the heaviness after conversations that leave you drained, the quiet relief when you imagine choosing differently. Listen to this. That relief is truth. Don't scroll. Your spiritual awakening has reached a stage where your tolerance for misalignment is lower, and that's not because you're less capable, it's because you're more conscious. You're no longer meant to endure what once taught you resilience. Listen to this. Angel numbers have been following you not to confuse you, but to confirm you. 1111 appeared when you questioned if you were still on the right path. 222 showed up when you wondered if balance was even possible without sacrifice. 444 appeared when you were exhausted yet somehow protected. These weren't messages telling you to push harder, they were reminders that support was already present. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you're learning to trust support instead of bracing against life. Listen to this. This part of the message reaches deeper into love and soulmate energy, because love has been one of the places where you learned to ignore yourself to keep connection. You stayed longer than you should have. You explained more than necessary. You tolerated confusion because clarity felt risky. Your heart needs this right now because divine love does not require self-abandonment. Don't scroll. Whether a soulmate is approaching, revealing their truth, or gently exiting your life, the alarm was sounded to protect your heart from settling for familiarity again. Listen to this. Love aligned with your future does not activate anxiety in your body. It feels calm. It feels mutual. It feels like being seen without performing. Don't scroll. This message is for you because recognition is replacing longing. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is not asking you to act impulsively or make a dramatic move today. The urgency was about awareness, not reaction. Awareness that you don't need to fix, chase, or prove anything to be chosen. Awareness that silence can be an answer. Awareness that stepping back can be an act of self-respect, not loss. Your heart needs this right now because you've been conditioned to believe peace comes after effort, when sometimes peace comes after permission. Don't scroll. There are 5 archangels who always care, and their presence is becoming clearer now that your awareness has slowed. Michael strengthens your boundaries so you stop over-explaining. Gabriel helps you hear intuition without filtering it through fear. Raphael eases emotional fatigue you normalized for too long. Uriel helps you see consequences without panic so wisdom can guide you. Chamuel restores your relationship with love so it feels safe instead of suspenseful. Listen to this. You are not alone in this recalibration. Don't scroll. You may notice as you read this that the urgency you felt earlier has softened into steadiness. That's not the message fading, that's the message integrating. Alignment often arrives as relief before it arrives as change. Your heart needs this right now because relief is how the body says, yes, this is true. Don't scroll. After this moment, watch how subtle shifts appear. You hesitate less before saying no, you don't feel pulled to fix what isn't yours, you trust your first feeling more. These are signs of self-trust returning. Listen to this. Self-trust is what keeps blessings from slipping through your hands. Don't scroll. There may still be a voice that tries to question this moment, telling you you're overthinking, being dramatic, reading too much into it. Let that voice pass. Doubt speaks loudly, truth speaks calmly. Your body already recognized the difference. Listen to this. You don't need to convince anyone of what you're choosing next. The universe responds to quiet decisions made with integrity. Don't scroll. This part exists because most people feel the nudge and move on, but you stayed, and staying changes timelines. Protection doesn't always look like rescue. Sometimes it looks like awareness that changes your next step before you take it. Take a slow breath here. Let the steadiness anchor. Your heart needs this right now because what unfolds next depends not on speed, but on how deeply you listened in this moment. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here for part 3, this message is undeniably for you. And your heart needs this right now, This is the point Archangel Michael wanted you to reach once the initial urgency settled into something steadier, because now the truth can land without being filtered through fear or distraction. Listen to this. What you were about to miss wasn't a single moment, it was a shift in how you choose yourself when no one is watching. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've spent a long time being the one who adapts, who understands, who gives the benefit of the doubt, and those qualities are beautiful, but they can become burdens when they're used against your own peace. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says the reason this message keeps unfolding is because your soul is integrating something new. You don't have to earn alignment through exhaustion. You don't have to prove your worth by staying in situations that drain you. You don't have to keep explaining your truth to be allowed to live it. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because you were trained to believe that stopping meant failing, that choosing yourself meant letting someone else down, that peace was something you had to deserve. Listen to this. That training ends here. You've noticed how your reactions have changed lately, how you pause before responding, how you feel the weight of words before you say them, how your body reacts faster than your mind when something feels off. That's not confusion. That's discernment awakening. Don't scroll. This message is for you because discernment is the compass of your next chapter. Listen to this. You've been seeing signs not as fireworks but as breadcrumbs, subtle, precise, personal. Angel numbers appeared when you were about to doubt yourself, not to command you, but to reassure you. 1111 showed up when you wondered if you were still aligned with who you're becoming. 222 appeared when you questioned balance and fairness. 44 showed up when you were tired yet somehow supported. These weren't reminders to push harder, they were confirmations that you're protected even when you rest. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because you're learning to trust that protection doesn't require constant vigilance. Listen to this. This part of the message moves deeper into love and soulmate energy, because love has been one of the places where you learned to silence yourself to keep connection. You told yourself to be patient when you felt unseen, to be understanding when you felt confused, to be flexible when your boundaries were tested. Don't scroll. This message is for you because divine love does not ask you to override your intuition to keep it alive. Listen to this. Love aligned with your future does not activate anxiety in your body. It doesn't leave you guessing. It doesn't make you feel smaller to stay connected. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like exhaling after holding your breath for too long. Don't scroll. Whether a soulmate is approaching, revealing their truth, or gently exiting your life, this moment is about protection, protecting your capacity to love without losing yourself. Listen to this. Archangel Michael wants you to know that choosing peace does not mean avoiding growth, it means choosing growth that doesn't harm you. Don't scroll. Growth that requires you to abandon your nervous system is not alignment, it's endurance. And endurance is not the assignment anymore. Your heart needs this right now because you've already proven you can survive, now you're learning how to live well. Listen to this. The 5 archangels who always care are still present, but their energy feels quieter now because you're listening. Michael reinforces your inner authority so you stop second-guessing your boundaries. Gabriel helps you hear intuition without confusing it with fear. Raphael continues to heal the fatigue you normalized, reminding you that healing can be gentle. Uriel illuminates consequences without panic, so wisdom guides you calmly. Chamuel restores your relationship with love so it feels safe instead of suspenseful. Don't scroll. This message is for you because support that doesn't demand performance can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar doesn't mean unsafe. Listen to this. You may notice as you read that the urgency you felt earlier has softened into a grounded certainty. That's not the message fading, that's the message integrating. Alignment often feels like relief before it feels like movement. Your heart needs this right now because relief is the body's way of saying, yes, this is true. Don't scroll. After this moment, watch for subtle shifts. You won't feel as compelled to explain yourself, you won't rush to fix what isn't yours, you'll trust your first feeling more. These are signs that self-trust is returning. Listen to this. Self-trust is what keeps blessings from slipping through your hands. Don't scroll. There may still be a voice that tries to question this, telling you that you're being dramatic, that nothing is really changing, that you should just keep things as they are. Let that voice pass. Doubt speaks loudly. Truth speaks calmly. Your body already knows the difference. Listen to this. You don't need to announce what you're choosing next. The universe responds to quiet decisions made with integrity. Don't scroll. This part exists because most people feel the nudge and move on, but you stayed. And staying changes timelines. Protection doesn't always arrive as rescue, sometimes it arrives as awareness that changes your next step before you take it. Take a slow breath here. Let the steadiness anchor. Your heart needs this right now because what unfolds next depends not on speed, but on how deeply you listened in this moment. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here for part 4, this message is absolutely meant for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is where Archangel Michael wanted the message to deepen, because now you're no longer just hearing it, you're feeling it, and feeling is where transformation actually happens. Listen to this. What you were about to miss wasn't just a moment of awareness, it was a moment of self-respect returning to you after a long season of self-negotiation. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've spent years convincing yourself to stay calm, stay quiet, stay patient, even when something inside you knew it wasn't right, and you called that maturity when it was actually survival. Your heart needs this right now because survival taught you how to endure, but alignment teaches you how to choose. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says the alarm was sounded because you were standing at the edge of another compromise that would have looked harmless on the surface but would have slowly drained you again. Not dramatically. Quietly. Through small silences. Through postponed conversations. Through telling yourself, it's not that serious. Don't scroll. This message is for you because those small moments add up, and heaven stepped in before they did. Listen to this. You may notice that recently, your patience has felt heavier than usual. That's because patience without peace becomes self-abandonment, and your soul knows the difference now. Don't scroll. Your spiritual awakening has sharpened your awareness to the point where your body no longer tolerates what your mind tries to justify. You feel it when something is off. You feel it when your energy drops. You feel it when you're about to agree to something you don't actually want. Listen to this. That awareness is not a burden, it's a gift. Don't scroll. This message is for you because gifts feel uncomfortable before they feel empowering. Listen to this. Angel numbers didn't appear randomly in your life, they showed up precisely when you were questioning yourself. 1111 when you wondered if you were on the right path or just pretending to be okay. 2. 22 when you questioned balance, fairness, and whether your needs mattered too. 44 when you were exhausted but still holding everything together. These weren't instructions to push harder, they were confirmations that you were being supported even when you felt unsure. Your heart needs this right now because you're learning to trust support instead of bracing for disappointment. Don't scroll. This part of the message reaches into love and soulmate energy in a deeper, more grounded way. You are no longer meant to confuse emotional intensity with destiny. You are no longer meant to mistake longing for connection. Love aligned with your future does not feel chaotic, suspenseful, or draining. Listen to this. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition doesn't require you to explain yourself to be understood. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you once believed love required endurance, and this season is teaching you that love requires presence. Listen to this. Whether a soulmate is approaching, revealing their truth, or gently exiting your life, this moment is about protection, protecting your ability to love without losing yourself. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is not asking you to confront, announce, or act impulsively. The urgency was never about action, it was about interruption. Interrupting the habit of overriding your intuition. Interrupting the reflex to stay silent. Interrupting the belief that peace must be earned through effort. Your heart needs this right now because interruption is mercy when repetition would cause harm. Listen to this. The 5 archangels who always care are still present, but their energy feels calmer now because you're listening. Michael strengthens your inner authority so you stop explaining your boundaries. Gabriel helps you separate intuition from fear so clarity replaces confusion. Raphael continues healing emotional fatigue you normalized for too long, reminding you that healing doesn't have to hurt. Uriel illuminates the path ahead without overwhelming you so wisdom can guide you gently. Chamuel restores your relationship with love so it feels safe instead of suspenseful. Don't scroll. This message is for you because being supported without conditions can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. Listen to this. You may feel a shift happening as you read. Not excitement, not anxiety, but steadiness. That steadiness is alignment settling in. Don't scroll. Alignment doesn't shout, it stabilizes. Your heart needs this right now because stability is what allows blessings to stay instead of passing through. Listen to this. After this moment, you may notice that certain urges weaken, the urge to chase clarity, to fix situations that aren't yours, to over-explain yourself. That's not you becoming detached, that's you becoming grounded. Don't scroll. This message is for you because grounding is what turns awareness into lasting change. Listen to this. There may still be a voice that tries to pull you back into old thinking, telling you you're being too sensitive, too cautious, too much. Let that voice pass. Doubt speaks loudly. Truth speaks calmly. Your body already recognizes the difference. Don't scroll. You don't need to announce what you're choosing next. The universe responds to quiet decisions made with integrity. This part exists because most people feel the nudge and keep going, but you stayed. And staying changes timelines. Take a slow breath here. Let the calm anchor. Your heart needs this right now because what unfolds next will feel less forced, less heavy, and more like recognition, and that's how you'll know you didn't miss it. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here for part 5, this message is absolutely for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is where everything Archangel Michael has been guiding you toward finally becomes clear enough to feel steady in your body, because the warning you heard earlier was never meant to leave you anxious, it was meant to bring you home to yourself. Listen to this. You didn't almost miss something external, you almost missed the moment your intuition became undeniable. For so long, you've lived with an inner negotiation running quietly in the background. Weighing your needs against everyone else's comfort, telling yourself to wait a little longer, to be more understanding, to not rock the boat, and that negotiation slowly taught you to doubt your own signals. Don't scroll. This message is for you because that doubt was about to make another decision for you, and Archangel Michael stepped in before it did. Listen to this. What's happening now is integration. The phase where awareness turns into instinct and instinct turns into choice without effort. You're not forcing yourself to change, you're noticing that the old ways no longer fit. Your heart needs this right now because growth isn't always loud, sometimes it shows up as a quiet refusal to keep betraying yourself. Don't scroll. You may notice that lately, your patience feels different. You don't feel proud of enduring things that drain you anymore. You don't feel noble for staying silent when something hurts. That doesn't mean you've lost compassion, it means compassion finally includes you. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says the alarm sounded because compassion without boundaries was turning into self-erasure, and heaven will always intervene when love starts costing you your identity. Don't scroll. Your spiritual awakening has matured beyond searching for signs, now the signs are confirming what you already feel. Angel numbers still appear, but they land like reassurance instead of instruction. 1111 shows up when you trust your direction without needing proof. 222 appears when balance feels natural instead of negotiated. 444 settles in when you rest and realize nothing falls apart when you stop holding everything together. Your heart needs this right now because you're learning that rest is not risky, it's required for what's coming next. Don't scroll. This part of the message reaches into love and soulmate energy with clarity. You are no longer available for love that confuses your nervous system or keeps you guessing. Whether a soulmate is approaching, revealing their truth, or gently leaving your life, the lesson is the same: love aligned with your future does not demand self-abandonment. Listen to this. Recognition has replaced longing. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like being met where you stand, not pulled backward into old versions of yourself. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you once believed love had to be intense to be real, and this season is teaching you that real love feels safe enough to last. Listen to this. The 5 archangels who always care are present in a grounded way now, because urgency has done its work. Michael strengthens your inner authority so you stop explaining your boundaries. Gabriel clarifies your inner voice so confusion dissolves faster. Raphael continues healing the emotional fatigue you normalized for too long, reminding you that healing can be gentle. Uriel illuminates consequences calmly so wisdom guides you without fear. Chamuel restores your relationship with love so it feels steady instead of suspenseful. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because being supported without conditions can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar doesn't mean unsafe. Listen to this. You may notice that your desires are refining rather than shrinking. You want peace more than approval. Consistency more than excitement. Clarity more than chemistry. That's not settling, that's evolution. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your standards are no longer shaped by fear of loss but by respect for your energy. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says this is the season where you stop chasing confirmation and start embodying trust. You don't need to announce your growth or explain your choices. Quiet alignment creates loud results over time. Don't scroll. You may still feel old habits tug at you, the urge to fix, to smooth things over, to stay longer than feels right. When they appear, pause and return to your breath. Remember how your body feels right now. Calm is not boredom. Calm is safety. Your heart needs this right now because safety is the soil where destiny grows roots instead of wings that burn out. Don't scroll. After this moment, watch how life responds subtly, fewer internal debates, clearer yes and no's, opportunities that don't require compromise, conversations that feel honest without effort. These are confirmations that integration is happening. Listen to this. You are not missing anything meant for you. You are finally aligned enough to recognize it when it arrives. Don't scroll. This part exists because most people feel awareness and rush back into noise, but you stayed. And staying changes timelines. The alarm didn't just warn you, it returned you to yourself at the exact moment it mattered. Take a slow breath here. Let the steadiness anchor. Your heart needs this right now because what unfolds next will feel less forced, less heavy, and more like recognition, and that's how you'll know you didn't miss it. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you stayed all the way to this final ending, this message is unmistakably for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the moment Archangel Michael wanted you to reach, the moment where everything that felt urgent, confusing, emotional, and intense finally settles into something steady, clear, and deeply reassuring, because the purpose of the warning was never fear, it was alignment. Listen to this. You didn't almost miss a miracle, a person, or a moment. You almost missed recognizing yourself at the exact point you were ready to step into a new way of living. Don't scroll. This message is for you because staying to the end means your spirit was listening even when your mind wanted to rush ahead. Archangel Michael is not standing above you sounding alarms anymore, he is standing beside you now, calm, grounded, protective, because the interruption worked. You paused. You felt. You listened. And that changed the timeline quietly but permanently. Listen to this. The reason this ending matters so much is because you've lived long enough in survival mode, managing emotions, anticipating reactions, carrying responsibilities that were never meant to be yours, and survival taught you how to endure, but it also taught you how to ignore yourself. Your heart needs this right now because endurance is no longer your assignment. Alignment is. Don't scroll. Alignment looks different than you were taught. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand sacrifice of your peace. It doesn't require explanation to be valid. It feels calm in your body, clear in your mind, and steady in your choices. Listen to this. That calm you feel right now is not boredom, and it's not the message fading, it's your nervous system recognizing safety. Safety is what allows blessings to stay instead of pass through. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your spiritual awakening has matured past searching for signs. Now signs confirm what you already know. Angel numbers may still appear, but they feel softer now. 1111 feels like alignment already in motion. 222 feels like balance holding without effort. 444 feels like protection that doesn't require vigilance. These are acknowledgments, not instructions, because you are no longer learning to listen, you are learning to trust. Your heart needs this right now because trust is what carries peace forward. Don't scroll. This final part reaches into love and soulmate energy in the most important way of all. Whether a soulmate is approaching your life, revealing their truth, or gently exiting, the lesson is the same. Love aligned with your future does not make you anxious, confused, or smaller. It does not require you to overextend, over-explain, or override yourself. Listen to this. Recognition has replaced longing. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like being chosen without chasing. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you once believed love had to be intense to matter, and now you know that love that stays feels safe enough to breathe inside. Listen to this. The 5 archangels who always care are not leaving you after this message, they are integrated into how you move forward. Michael strengthens your boundaries so you no longer apologize for protecting your peace. Gabriel keeps your intuition clear so confusion dissolves quickly. Raphael continues healing emotional fatigue you normalized for too long, reminding you that healing can be gentle. Uriel lights your path without pressure so wisdom guides your steps. Chamuel restores your relationship with love so it feels steady, mutual, and kind. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because being supported without conditions can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. Listen to this. After this moment, you may notice your life growing quieter in the best way, fewer internal arguments, clearer decisions, less emotional labor. That quiet is not emptiness, it's space. Space for aligned opportunities. Space for love that doesn't compete with your well-being. Space for peace to become your default instead of something you chase. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you are not losing intensity, you are gaining stability, and stability is what allows destiny to arrive and stay. Listen to this. There may still be moments when old habits try to pull you back, the urge to fix, to stay longer than feels right, to doubt what feels calm. When that happens, pause and remember how your body feels right now. Calm is not complacency. Calm is confidence without armor. Your heart needs this right now because peace is the clearest confirmation you're on the right path. Don't scroll. This ending is designed for those who watch until the very last word, because staying means you were ready to receive this fully. One day, you will look back at this exact moment, the moment you didn't scroll, the moment you stayed, and realize this was the shift. Not because something dramatic happened on the outside, but because something inside you finally settled. Listen to this. You are protected. You are guided. You are allowed to choose yourself without guilt. And because you stayed until the end, alignment moves with you now, quietly, gently, and exactly on time.